Hey guys, it's another thing over here on YouTube. So today, to kind of celebrate the start of the newest season of My Hero Academia, I want to try out every character's favorite food according to the fan book. So thank you Todoroki, by the way, for suggesting this video idea. Okay, so I said every character, but today I'm actually just going to focus on the students from class 1A because you know there's just so many characters in this anime series and I don't think I will be able to cover all of them in just one video. And also in the fan book, it actually just lists out the character's favorite thing. It's not always food. So for most characters, they do have favorite food, but also there are characters like Yaoyorozu where it just says she likes to read books. So I'm just going to skip those characters. So now, without further ado, I think I'm going to start with the main character, Midoriya Izuku. So Midoriya's favorite food is called katsudon, which is a type of Japanese food made of basically a bowl of rice topped with deep fried pork and soft scrambled egg, and also some Japanese sauce that goes with it. Okay, so here is the katsudon. It smells really good. I'm going to start with the fried pork chop. Okay, and then a little bit of the rice. When you try this yourself, you'll definitely understand why this is Midoriya's favorite food, because it's just really good. I mean, when it comes to Japanese food, the whole don category, I wouldn't say it's my favorite, you know, like this katsudon or oyakodon, but I still really like them, especially the soft scrambled egg part. And the thing about katsudon is that, of course, on top of the scrambled egg and rice, you have like something fried, so it's really crispy, but at the same time, you also have the really tender egg and also the rice with the sauce, and it's just a really good combination in my opinion. Okay, next I'm going to move on to Bakugou. So the fan book actually just said he likes spicy food. It doesn't specify which dish, but I decided that for him I'm going to have this Chinese dish called Mapo Tofu. Because if you remember, there's this one episode where they went to Todoroki's house and Bakugou really liked the Mapo Tofu made by the older sister Fumikage. So much so that he even asked her for the recipe. So I just thought it definitely has to be one of his favorite dishes. So Mapo Tofu is basically spicy stir-fried tofu with minced meat, and it uses a very special Chinese sauce called chili bean paste. Okay, here it is. So I actually asked my mom's help with this dish because she has this really delicious recipe that she often makes for us, so I asked her to make some for this video and she did, so big shout out to her. Okay, now I'm going to dig in. It's definitely as good as I remember, and it's really spicy, exactly as how Bakugou would like it, I assume. So the tofu is really soft, and also what I especially like about this dish is that special taste of the chili bean paste. I really like it. Usually you would eat it with rice because it has a really strong flavor and really spicy, as I said, but even on its own as a dish, it's really good. Next, we have Todoroki. His favorite food is soba noodle, but the soba cannot be hot, it has to be cool. Soba is a type of Japanese noodles made from buckwheat. It can be served either chilled with a dipping sauce like this or hot in a noodle soup. That's why they have to specify that Todoroki likes the former and not the latter. Okay, so if I'm not mistaken, the way you eat it is by taking some noodles and then dip it in the sauce first. Like this. And then you can eat it. Okay, so both the soba noodles and the dipping sauce I got from a Japanese supermarket, so I boiled the noodles myself and then cool it down. This step is very important, I assume. And then the sauce is just ready to use straight out of the bottle, and I really like it a lot. I mean, during the hot summer, I usually do enjoy eating like one of these cool soba noodle with the soy sauce, and I don't have it here with me today, but usually I also really love putting seaweed flakes on top of the soba noodle. It's really good. So if you ever want to try this out at home, if you want to cook it yourself, I would definitely recommend you to buy some seaweed flakes and try the soba noodle with the seaweed flakes. Next, I want to briefly mention Uraraka Ochaco. So here it actually just says that she likes Japanese food, like washoku. So since most other characters' favorite food already falls under this category, I'm just going to say that I've already done this one. Similarly with Kirishima, his favorite food is meat. It just says meat here. So obviously a lot of other characters' favorite food also include the meat. So I'm also going to say that I've already done this one. I'm not going to come up with another dish just for this character. Okay, moving on to Iida. So his favorite food is beef stew. Compared to some other dishes, I guess you're probably already quite familiar with beef stew. So I'm just going to try this one out. I actually ordered it from delivery, so I don't know if it's going to taste good. Okay, to be completely honest, I have had better beef stews, but still it was quite enjoyable. I mean, the taste of the sauce, it was really good. And also, when it comes to beef stew, I really cared about like the texture of the beef. I tend to like it to be a little bit more tender, but also I don't want it to be too soft. I still want it to be a little bit chewy, and I do think that this beef stew keeps a good balance of that. So I definitely really enjoyed it. It's just that this restaurant is probably not going to be on the top of my list the next time I want to order some beef stew. Next we have Tsuyu-Jiang. That's how she likes people to call her, I guess. And her favorite food is jelly. So the jelly here I've got is jasmine tea jelly. Just look at how bouncy it is. Okay, I'm going to try it. It's really good straight out of the fridge. I have to say, I really love tea jelly and coffee jelly in general. I just feel like it's such a great dessert. Okay, so I'm actually really nervous about this next one. We have Ashido Mina, and her favorite food is natto. Natto is the traditional Japanese fermented soybeans. It has a really strong smell, so not everybody would like it, but it's often served in the breakfast with white rice. So I got mine from a supermarket. It has some sauce packs, and as you can see, it is very stringy. Okay, so this will actually be the first time ever I've tried this food. I have already heard a lot about it. I've definitely heard that foreigners might not like it as much if you're not quite used to the taste. It's already giving out a really strong smell, so I'm really nervous. I don't know if I'm going to like it, but I am going to try it. But before that, I have heard that like before eating the natto, you're supposed to stir it really well, and the more you stir it, the more stickier it becomes. So let's see. Okay, I just went and added the sauce pack, and now here comes the tasting. It's really sticky. I think it's sticking on my hair. So I don't hate it. It was fine, I guess, but I also don't think it's something I would buy again or order in a restaurant unless absolutely necessary. So for me, it gives out a really strong alcohol smell and taste, and for me it's just too much. And it's also really sticky, which I don't really mind, but it's really just the taste that I can't get over with. Next, we have Tokoyami. His favorite food is apple. Nothing much to say here, just apple. So I have these really tiny ones that I think taste really good. Okay, there's really not much to say here. It's apple and it's really good. Next, we have Kaminari Denki. So his favorite food is said to be hamburger, which is actually really vague, but judging by the fact that whenever I would see anime characters eating hamburgers in the anime, it's almost always in a fast food store. So I also went to buy a burger from a random fast food store instead of, you know, a gourmet hamburger. Okay, so it looks really simple, but it smells really good. Let's try. Okay, it was definitely quite enjoyable. It's really simple. Again, as I said, it just has meat, a tomato slice, and a piece of lettuce. But the meat is really well seasoned, and also the sauce also goes really well with the burger, I think. So considering that it is from a fast food store, and for the price that I got for it, I would definitely say it is very satisfying. Next, we have Sero Hanta. So his favorite food is healthy food, with orange being one of the examples. So I'm just going to use orange. So same as the tiny apples, I also have these tiny oranges. I don't know, for me personally, I think they do taste better than the regular size ones. I don't know, I just like tiny fruits. Okay, now I have peeled the orange. Again, there's really not much to say, it's orange. I would say that though, like compared to the regular size one, these tiny oranges usually have less seeds in them, and also it's usually a bit sweeter than the regular size oranges, which is why I like them so much. So if you ever had a chance to try it out, I would definitely recommend it. So for the next one, I actually decided to combine two characters' favorite food in one. So since Hagakure's favorite is caramel, and on the other hand, we also have Sato, whose favorite is cake, I decided to go with caramel cake that covers both of them. So the cake looks really pretty, in my opinion. Okay, let me give it a try. The cake is really sweet and soft, perhaps a little bit too sweet for my taste, but I think the caramel goes really well with the chocolate, and I do think it's going to be really nice to have this with like a cup of black coffee. For our final character today, we have Shoji. So his favorite food is both takoyaki and squid ink pasta, so I decided to go with takoyaki. Tako means octopus in Japanese, and this takoyaki is a type of Japanese snacks made of flour-based batter and cooked in a special molded pan that shapes them into tiny balls. It is typically filled with diced octopus. Okay, you might not be able to see them clearly because of the bonito flakes and the seaweed flakes on top, but I'm going to show you. So each one of them basically looks like this. It's like a bowl. So this has actually always been one of my favorite street food as a kid. An interesting thing is that I usually don't like mayonnaise that much with anything, but when it comes to Japanese food like takoyaki and okonomiyaki, for some reasons I really love the mayonnaise on top. I think it goes really well with that special sauce that goes with the takoyaki and the okonomiyaki. And also just the fact that you're able to taste the octopus chunk inside each one of these takoyaki is just so satisfying to me. So that was basically everything. Please comment down below and let me know which one of the characters' favorite food you would like to try out the most, or if you have tried all of them before, which one is your favorite. Personally, my favorite is probably the takoyaki. So thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed it. So please leave a like if you did, and please subscribe for more content like this. I've actually already made one similar with every Demon Slayer character's favorite food. So if you want to check that video out as well, I'll leave a link in description. I also have an Instagram account where I make fan arts and outfit ideas and recipes inspired by anime as well. So if you also like to check that out, it would be greatly appreciated. Thank you again, and I will see you in the next video.